The 12kPV or the 18kPV? What's the difference? If you want to charge your EV or you want to power your home, which one should you buy? And how do you install the 18kPV? I'm going to be taking out the 12 and installing the 18. You're watching Taddy Digest. I'm Tad. Let's go. Before I take out the 12kPV and go ahead and upgrade to the 18, let's go over what I'm using this for. So you can see to the right, we've got a charger. This is my EV charger, and it goes into my box. It's got a 30 amp breaker that feeds it. You can also see there's two single pole breakers. This single pole breaker feeds these four receptacles. So I am powering a refrigerator out back here, and then I've got my charger for my EV. That's what I'm using this 12kPV inverter for. You can see my PV from my solar array comes into the MPPTs right here. You can see the amount of MPPTs, and I've got two strings. There's only about 5,000 watts coming in, but I can have a maximum DC power of 12,000 watts, so 12,000 watts worth of solar. You can see right here we've got our battery terminals, our battery breaker. This is our communication to our battery. Over here we got our generator port, so I can charge batteries with my generator or power my loads. I've got my load breaker that goes to that breaker panel, and then this is where we can feed our grid. This is a hybrid inverter, so not only can I pull power in from the grid, but I can send it back. So if we're net metering and we want to get paid for our power, we can do that with a hybrid inverter. So again, I'm powering my refrigerator out here and my EV with my charger. If you want to power your home with this, you're only going to get about 30 amps, right? You can use a double pole breaker and do 38 amps at 208 volt, or you can get 33.3 amps with 240 volt. So for me, I can only use a 30, maybe a 35 amp breaker at most, and I could put that in my home's breaker box. Of course, you want to have an interlock if you do this, but what can you power with 30 amps? You may power a small air conditioner. You can power a microwave, all your lights, your refrigerator, but you're not going to power a large air conditioner. You're not going to power your stove, your oven, your dryer, everything, especially at once. So that's the reason I'm upgrading to my 18kPV. I don't want to be able to just charge with a 30 amp breaker and only charge with 24 amps my EV. I want to be able to charge the full capacity of my Emporia charger, which is 48 amps with a 60 amp breaker. And that's what I'm going to be able to do with the 18kPV. Also, I'll be able to upgrade my solar. Even though I don't really have a lot of solar going into this, I'll have more solar that I can add to it. So I'm going to be upgrading to the 18kPV, and I'm going to go ahead and install that now, and then we'll look at the differences. Before we start the install, check out the nameplate for this 12kPV. You can see right here, it says max DC power, 12,000 watts. And then you can see right here, max continuous AC current, 240 volt, 33 amps, 208, 38 amps. And then nominal AC power, 8,000 watts. Now we're going to be able to upgrade, and you're going to see these numbers change. I've got everything disconnected from the 12kPV inverter. I am going to lift it up off the bracket and pull it out away from the wall. And then I'll show you how to install, or the mounting process for the 18kPV. If you do want to see the full install video of this, when I first installed it with this wall mount battery, I will put the link to that video down in the description. So go down there and check it out. Now we're ready to lift this up and get it out of here. Brother Brandel, one hand here and one hand here. Okay? We'll have to pull it straight up off, like lean it to get the bolts out of the way, and then we'll lift it up. Okay. All right. Beautiful. That's heavy. All right, cool. Here's how the 12kPV was mounted. You can see there's an X bracket, and it goes down and connects to the battery. And then up here is we've got our mounting plate for that 12kPV, and you can see that it just slides on to these two brackets right here. Now down here we've got the inverters. This is the 12kPV we just took out. We've got these little L brackets on the sides, and then here's our 18kPV. This is the mounting plate for the 18kPV, And you can see once we mount it, it just slides onto that bracket, right? And then we've got the 2 L brackets that mount right here like this. One on this side and one on this side. Now the obvious differences of the inverters are the dimensions and the weight. So the 12kPV is about 110 pounds and the 18kPV is a little bit heavier at about 120. As far as the width, it's about the same, but the height is different. So for the 18kPV, it's about 34 inches tall. For the 12kPV, it's about 29 inches. So we've got about 5 inches of height on that 12kPV. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure up and mount this bracket on the wall a little bit higher. And I might even be able to use these same bolts, but here's the hardware that comes with the actual inverter. You can see we've got some screws, some bolts for mounting to wood, and then we've got some expansion bolts, and that is for your concrete. So you'll have to use a masonry bit, pre-drill those holes, use a hammer, knock them in, and then those are used to hold the brackets on the wall. Quick walkthrough and guide on how I mount this bracket and where do I mount it. So I measure the inverter, then I go from my conduit box to the top of where my inverter would be about 34 1/8. Right here's the top. Then I measure down from the top to know where the bracket is. It's going to be at about 32 for the top of that bracket. So right here, the top being this. Then I want to measure over 11 because I want to have symmetry. I want to make sure that my conduit box and my inverter line up. Once I get that, place this on the wall to line up with this mark, and then I just mark it where I'm going to drill my holes. Then after I do that, I'm going to use at least 2 expansion bolts, and then I've got to have the right size masonry drill bit. So I've got that, and I'm going to go ahead and drill the 2 holes. There's one. And there's 2. Now we could take the expansion bolts and I could place them in the hole like this. Make sure they're big enough, and then we're going to use the hammer and tap them in place just like that. Look at that. Now we can take the nuts off. That's why you want to make sure you don't smack them too far in the wall, and make sure that you actually have the nut on the end. That way you can place your bracket. Now I'm going to go ahead and take off the other nut and get this bracket in place. Make sure you tighten these bolts down. Then you install these L brackets with the included hardware. I'm going to get those installed and then show you what it looks like. Get somebody to help you. Beautiful. Well, that's pretty good right there. Don't forget to mount those 2 expansion bolts in the L brackets. That's what we're doing next. We got the top bracket, now we got the 2 L brackets. That one. And that one. All right. Look at that. I'm so happy. Get in there. You get in there. You like my hammer? I know it's not the right hammer, but hey, it's what I could get the soonest, so. It'd help if you'd hit the bolt instead of hitting the inverter, Tad. All right, let's tighten it up. All right, don't forget to tighten it up. Now it's not going anywhere. Now, let's open it up and wire it up. I like the little protective cover they've got in place. Take that out of the way. There's a few screws that hold it. I've got my PV wire ready to go into the MPPTs. And you can see there's a noticeable difference between the 12K and the 18. Look how large the mechanical lugs are. Every lug is much larger. You've got 2 places for 2 different batteries. So this makes it easy for adding an extra battery. And then you've got larger breakers. So look at these breakers, wow. We got it wired up. It's on, you can see battery's 93%, and we can use some of that power. What I love is the fact that now I can install, instead of a 30 amp breaker, I can install a 60 amp breaker, which I already did, to be able to charge my EV, and I can use the full charging power for the Emporia EV Smart Home EV charger. If you want to see the full install of this and learn how to install an actual EV charger, I'll put the link down in the description. So now we have 50 amps, right, of AC power. We have a total DC power of 18,000. So we went from 12,000 to 18,000. Let's take a look at the nameplate and we'll verify it. Now we're looking at the nameplate for the 18kPV. You can see right here, max DC power, 18,000 watts. That 12kPV was only 12,000. Move down here, max continuous AC current, 50 amps. So before it was 38 for 208 or 33.3 for 240, but now we can do 50 amps. Now what can we run? Well, we can run a considerable amount of home appliances with this 18kPV. We can run that air conditioner now, maybe that 3-ton air conditioner. We can run the dryer, we can run the stove, we can run the washer, we can run the microwave, the refrigerator, the lights. Not everything at once, but we've got more capability than we did with the 12kPV. If you're looking to power your home, you need to look at the 18kPV. And what's beautiful about these inverters is we can take 2 of these and parallel them. So we could take 2 of these and we can get 100 amps. And that would be efficient and sufficient for a whole home or a single family home. And then again, we can charge our EV faster. So if you're looking for a whole home solution, definitely go with 18kPV. If you're looking to just reduce the amount of electrical consumption, go with the 12kPV. Price point's going to be a little bit larger for the 18kPV, of course, because of the capability. I get everything at Signature Solar, and I'll put a discount below for you guys. Go check out the link tree for the latest discount code. If you want to monitor your system while you're here or when you're away, use the Wi-Fi dongle. EG4 has an app, and I've actually done a video about that. If you want to check out the video, I'll put the link down below. Be sure and check out the other videos I've done, like how to mount solar panels on your roof, if it's metal, if it's shingle, how to install the wall mount batteries, how to install the 12kPV hybrid inverter. I've got those videos for you so you can learn more, so go check them out. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe, smash that bell, ding, so you know what I'm doing. If you have questions, remember questions can lead to new content, so put your questions down below. But if you don't have a question, that's okay. Let me know who you are and let me know where you're from. You've been watching Taddy Digest. I'm Tad, and I'll keep you cool if you let me.